So today's topic is, as shown here, strings. So string is also very important, very useful for various programs. So today's content is shown here. First of all, I'd like to introduce the string, how you can define these strings, and string length, and I also introduce some important functions, library functions dedicated for strings. And I also introduce example programs using strings data. And finally, I introduce exercise. So as shown here, string data is treated as the array data of characters. Data type is characters. Usually, character has 1 byte. That means 8 bits. So string data is an array of such a character data. So declaration form of array, as shown here, already I introduced, already you know, the data type and array name, and you have to specify the size of the elements. Okay? For string data, similar to this, you can define the string data like this. Data type the character, and variable name is x. And you have to specify the size of the characters, size of the length, number of the characters. Okay? So in this case, the number of elements, number of characters is 100. So this sheet shows also some important things about strings. If you specify this string, string x has 100 characters as array. So you can specify any character intermediate inside such arrays by specifying the index. Okay? So you can use 0 to 99 to specify any character inside the array. That means a string. Okay? So if you specify this string data, actually computer program prepare this size of area in the physical memory, its physical memories. So as shown here, however, actually string length become 0 to 98 because string data, the end of character of string should be a special character. That is null characters. Okay? So this is very important. So if you omit such characters, the computer program cannot understand how long how long of such a string. Okay? So actually, you can use up to 98 as the size of the string. So this should show the substitution about the string. So sometimes you can specify the string as shown here. So in this case, S is a string data variable, and its content is capital H and small I and exclamation mark, to 3 characters. However, actual size of this variable has a 4 because end of this should be null characters. So also you can specify these 2 variables as a string data. Those have 100 size, 100 characters. Okay. So, however, as I already explained, you can store the string. Such length should be less than 100, up to 99. Okay. So this is the one standard function for strings. This means the string copy operations, string copies. This function has two arguments. So this function make a copy of second argument and store into the first argument. Okay. So in this case, S1 have HI exclamation mark, this string. Okay. As I explained, you can specify each character by using index numbers. So using index numbers, you can individually store any characters one by one, like this. Okay. So in fact, this sentence is completely same as these sentences. The first character should be capital H, and second character is I. So should be I, small I. And the third character is exclamation mark. And fourth character should be a null character. Okay? So usually you can specify this character as a null character. So the important thing is that you cannot use a equal operator to store any characters. Usually you have to use a string copy function. Okay, for substitution. So I already explained you can use a printf function and a scanf function for input any string by keyboard input or output any string on the computer screen using these functions, scan function and printf functions. So this sheet shows such an example. First, you can specify the string data x. Each side is 100. And using scanf functions, you can store any strings into these variables using this code. Okay. So first argument is a format string. So S is prepared for string data. If you want to enter string data by keyboard input using scanf functions, you have to specify %s as code. So as shown here, in fact, x is a variable of string data. In fact, x is an address to indicate the actual physical memories. So you don't need to put AND mark. Okay. And so using string length, this is also a standard function for strings. This calculates the string length of the specified variable. Okay. So using string length functions and also using printf function, you can output the actual string and its length on the computer screen using this sentence. So next sheet shows other two standard function, get char and put char function. So get char, using get char, you can input by keyboard input any characters one by one. Okay. So as shown here, already I explained using scan function you can enter string data. So however, scan function cannot correctly treat the space. Okay. So if you want to enter space included in any strings, it's better to use the get char functions. Okay. So as you know, the character data has 1 byte. Okay. So this function also returns the character data. However, this function is defined as this function return value is defined as an integer value. Actually, this function returns the character codes as integer values. Okay. And also put char. Using this function, you can output on computer display each character one by one. As the first argument, you can specify any characters. So in this case, also you have to specify the integer data as for characters. Okay. And return value is also the same integer. So this is actually example program using get char and put char. So as shown here, this program accepts string data by keyboard input and output is lowercase. So in this case, two lower function also used. So this function change any character into a lowercase. Okay. So if you enter string by each character one by one, if such character is even if such character is uppercase, so capital letters, using these functions, this program outputs such character change into the small characters, lowercase. So this program uses a while loop function, while loop sentence. So you have to stop this program by entering the next line escape sequence, the special characters. So I mean that if you enter the return key, this program will be stopped. So this is also another program using a get char and printf functions. So this program accepts string data by keyboard input and output a certain string, including it. Okay. So finally, this program outputs this string, and inside this string, using the %s code, you can put any string specified by variable x. Okay, actually x is a string data specified by here. So using get char functions, you can enter each character of string one by one, and you have to use the index variable, I. The initial value is 0. And first you can enter first box, first locations of this data. So such data should have the return value of get jar. Okay? So several times repeated. And finally, if you enter the return key, the program exits this while loop. And this is also important. So before the last character you enter, before entering a return key, so such character is the end of the string. So however, such a character are usually not the null characters. So in this case, you have to put the end of the at the end of the string. You have to put null characters. And finally, using printf function, this program out of these strings, including specified string by you. So as I already explained, using string length function, you can obtain the actual size, actual length of the strings. For example, computer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. The length of this string is 8. And information, its length is 11. So as I explained, actually the string data has the null character at the end of strings. So however, using string length functions, this special character cannot be counted, not counted. Okay? This is the actual program using a string length function. How you specify, declare the string variable. Its size is 100. And also integer lem. And using printf function, this program out of string equal on the computer screen. And using scan function, you can enter any string into this string variable x. And using string length functions, you can obtain the actual size of the string. Okay? And finally, this program using printf function output these strings. So here, this program puts the actual strings special by you, entered by you, and also its length. So already, C programming environment provides several standard functions. These functions you can use anytime, even if you don't declare, you don't define by yourself. Okay? So as I explained the length, using string length function, you can obtain the length of string. And using string copies, you can make a copy of any string and into such data into any specified string variable. And concatenation. For concatenation, string cat, you can use string cat function. And compare, string compare function. And search, so string. So this case is this function search any string specified as a second argument from the string specified by first argument. So we provide several actual programs using this function. So I will explain this function, how to use. So first program is for the copy, make a copy of a string using string copy functions. This case is you specify two string variables. Their size is 80 characters. And using printf function, this program out of this string, and using scanf function, you can enter any string for S1. And using string copy functions, you can also make a copy of S1 and store it into the S2. Okay? And finally, using printf function, this program outputs these strings. The next program for concatenation using string cat functions. This is a declaration of the string variables. And these are also same. No. So first you can enter these two strings. These two sentences you can enter any string into S1, and also using these two sentences you can enter any string into S2. And using string cat functions, you can make a concatenation string of two strings, S1 and S2. Okay? So using printf functions, so the behavior of these functions so if S1 had this string A, B, C, okay, and S2 had a D, E, F, using string cat function S1, S2, the string variable S1 come to have this string A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? So this is the result of concatenation. So next program is for comparison using string compare function, string comp function. This function also has two arguments, two string data. And return value is integers. Okay? So this function returns the result of comparison about dictionary order of two strings. Okay? So if the two strings is completely same, the return value is 0. And S1, the order of S1, the position of S1, and the position of S2, S1 position is less than S2 in the dictionary order. This function returns the negative value, negative integers. Otherwise, this function returns a positive integers. So fourth program is for search using string function. This also has two arguments, two string variables. So as shown here, as shown here, S1. Using these sentences, this string function return the 1, integer value 1. So because for the first argument is specified by this string as this string capital A, B, C, D, E, F. And second argument is a capital B, C. So this function search this string inside this string. Okay, so this string is matched to these strings, these characters. So these characters, this string BC, the position of BC is 1 because index 0, index 1, index 2. So character capital B is located the data specified by 1 at the index. Okay, so this string function return 1 as the result. Okay, so using this program, you can specify two strings, these four sentences, and using string functions, this program asserts the position of second argument string inside of first argument string. Okay, and this sheet shows some caution for input string data. So there are two programs. So this is a more safe program rather than this, because this program, in this program, S1 is a string variable, and its size is 80 characters. So, however, using scaling functions, you can enter any numbers of characters for input string. You can enter any character, its size even over the 80 characters. You can enter such a string. However, using fget functions, so this is also standard function for input any string data into a specified string variable. Okay, so using this function, you can specify the size of the string. Actually, you can enter. So using by specifying 80 for such numbers, this function accepts only up to 80 characters, and into such a string into this S1 variable. Okay, so in fact, fget function usually you can use this function for file input-output operations. In next lecture, I will also introduce this function. So the content of today's lecture is also end. So finally, I introduce the exercise that's shown here. Please input exam programs appear in this today's content. Okay, and execute them to check behavior of a string operation. And that's all here. Please spend the remaining time for preparing reports. Okay.